Right, so hello, hi Nazar. This is Jehan, and yeah, I saw your message in LinkedIn. I'm just so happy that you replied to my to my message. And okay, so about your questions, I don't know why I'm trying to record in Loom, but it's not working. My Loom account is not working, so I hope my Zoom recording will suffice if that's okay. And okay, so going back to your questions, right? So first, walk me through one or two real Klaviyo accounts you've managed for e-commerce. Okay, yeah. So probably I'm just gonna quickly show you what I was about to finish. Like one of the okay, probably I'll share my screen. Sorry about that. Let me do that quickly. And okay, right. All right, so I hope you're looking at my screen right now. Okay, so sharing with you one of the clients that I've created the flows for them. Well, actually, they already have an existing flow, but they wanted to beef up and also make some changes to their flows. So probably I'll just show you the welcome flow that I created for them. And actually, this was quite I would say complex because they have a lot of products. And aside from that, the triggers and the filters that they wanted to be added in their account are they wanted to really make it product focused. So if you can see here, this is the flow that I created. The one on the right is their existing, and then the okay, if you're looking at the screen, all right, so the one on the left, these are the existing flows for their welcome. And then for the left part side, that's the one that I created. So it's still in draft because, of course, they need to check it first. And once it's approved, that's the time that I'm going to make them live. And then if you see here, yeah, so they have like a really complicated how can I say this flow, but because their pop-up is how can I say this, they have time pop-ups, so that's the reason why. So it's showing you about that. And then okay, wait, second question. Okay, so you're asking about the key metrics. Well, for this welcome flow, because since welcome flow that I showed you, the only metric that is I mean the one that I'm using is for the welcome flow are those that will enter the the main newsletter, so their main list. And if of course the other flows think about the abandoned cart, the checkout, of course the 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 metrics that I use there for checkout, it's of course added to I mean for the cart it's added to cart. And then for checkout, of course it's the checkout started or started checkout. So yeah, so of course I know all these things. And then okay, number two, show this the email designs. Okay. I know design, and I'm going to show you some of the designs that I created for some of the clients that I work with. Although mostly the clients that I work with, they have their own designer. They have their in-house designer because they wanted to make sure that the designs will be on brand. So yeah, but I'm gonna show you anyway. Right. So let me go through that. Okay, wait one moment. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the Figma file that I'm working on. All right, so it's still updating. Sorry about that. So it's still loading. Okay, so these are just some of the designs. And if you can see here, yeah, so these are the slices because I also know how to slice up the email accordingly to, I mean, based to the links or the blocks that I will be putting in Klaviyo. So that's also one of the things that I do. Okay. Right. And okay, next question. Okay, in 60 seconds, how would you approach the first 30 days with a new e-commerce client starting from scratch? Okay, so if, for example, the brand finally and hopefully, yeah, like saw the potential of doing email marketing. So what I'm gonna do is deep dive and know about the product, and just checking in what's on the website. Also see what the products are or the products they have, and then also check in how they communicate, like what's the brand voice. Yeah, also adding in the colors and so on and so forth. Yeah, just everything about the brand. I'm going to learn that. Probably that's going to be week 1. And then while I'm moving to week 2 and 3, I'm going to be creating the integrations, like of course if they're using Shopify or WooCommerce, or if they have reviews app like Judge Me. Yeah, or probably if they're using SMS as well. Yes, that's I mean, if they're willing or they're open to doing SMS. Yeah, so I'm also prepare that too. And then moving to week 2 and 3, I'll be creating already the core flows, or I would say the important flows that every email marketing how can you say this strategy that you'll be doing for the brand, like of course the pop-up that should be created and integrated on the website, and then also the welcome flow, the abandoned cart checkout, browse abandoned, site abandoned, including as well the thank you, the post purchase, the cross sells and upsells that we can create for the brand, and also the win back and sunset. So yeah, so I need to make sure that those are set up. And then along with the second week, third week, I'll be creating campaigns as well, like just to test, reaching out to their potential customers. And of course, I would be asking if they have a list. Yeah, so I need to know also about that, and then creating the segmentations as well inside the Klaviyo account. And then while we're while we're on the creation of the flows and then campaigns and then testing and all that. So moving probably third week, that would all be live. Of course, depending on the approval of the client. And then by the fourth week, I would be, of course, in the campaigns, I would be doing A and B testing, of course, just double downing what would be working for the brand, like, the subject lines, the preview text, yeah, like scarcity versus urgency based subject lines, and then also A B testing the CTAs, the overall look of the email, probably design versus plain text with GIF or without GIF, or static versus GIF or something like that, and then see what works. And then from there, probably by end of the week of the fourth week, I'll be able have I will be able to have a glimpse of what's already working for the brand, then double down on it. And then for the things that didn't work, then yeah, probably we may be able to look into something that will work in the future. So that's what I'm gonna do for the next 30 days for a brand that I'll be working it starting from scratch. So this is my video, and I hopefully you'll be able to watch it, and yeah, let's connect and see if we're a good fit. Okay, bye bye. Thanks, Nazar.